6,719, and there were no reports from the game. Roger Merritt waved farewell to the crowd as he left the ground, indicating that will be his last game of AFL football. OK, after the match, well, they were delighted in the North Melbourne rooms. They gave a hearty rendition of the song, and captain and coach were spoken to by Russell Morris.
Congratulations. What are your feelings at this point of time?
Well, we're pretty drained at the moment, and just to come off that and the realisation that you're in a grand final and we've got 2 teams in this week, it's enormous for the club, and I feel very proud to be involved with our players and what they've achieved this year, and really put their hands up when it mattered most. And gee, you go away and think to yourself, gee, that's a real opportunity here now, a real challenge in front of us, and to think what we've done and where we've come just makes you so pleased. You really haven't had a chance to even think how you feel.
What sort of pressure is put on the coaches these days? Obviously, North Melbourne haven't been in a grand final since 1978. How do you feel for that?
Every coach is under pressure. As soon as things don't work out, they come at the coach. We all realise that, and you know, it just goes with the territory, and you've got to ride the slipstream and make sure you're there when it matters most, and it makes it all worthwhile then.
Dennis, Wayne, sorry, Bloody, go on.
Dennis, I was just thinking, I thought your matchups on ballers with Lambert, Fletcher, those type of players, they were just terrific, your blokes.
Yeah, well, look, it's amazing that some weeks they work out for you, Blighty, some weeks they don't, and we were pleased the way it went today.
Russell, you've got Wayne Carey with you, I know.
Yeah, Wayne, look, obviously we mentioned before, you can't get the smile off your face. Look, what's planned for this week?
I think we'll do everything we usually do. I mean, they're old cliches, but really you can't change your routine. I'll be doing exactly what I'm doing. Obviously.
What is that?
What is that? I mean, that's pretty much you know, keep the press to a minimum, like I have over the last couple of weeks, and just basically do what we've been doing, all the extra little sessions, the swims. I suppose the only difference this week will be the parade, and that'll be the only difference I think that you'll see the guys will go through this week.
You mentioned that you had a dream about winning today. Did you think about the result a lot during the week, especially during the final period?
Not really. I thought I was pretty cool during the week. I thought I handled it all right. I was all right, and then a couple of nights I had a couple of dreams. So I don't know whether I was too cool or not, but I had a few dreams that we won, and I'm glad it worked out that way. But I just basically tried to, you know, stay cool and focus on what we had to do, and not to get too carried away with the end result.
Dennis, Bruce McAvaney, mate, congratulations, well done.
Thanks, Bruce, appreciate you saying that.
Corey's situation, you gave him a little run again in the second quarter, didn't you, to have a look at it? Where's he at the moment?
Well, he got a knee on knee, and it, I don't know what, there's a band on the side of the knee that obviously was bruised, and you know, we were going to put him back on after half time, but it worked out, we didn't have to do it, so we're pleased that I'd like to be sure when Tatsi have come up, but
yeah, Dennis, with that Matthew Capuano really did start to get his hands on the ball and mark beautifully at the end.
Well, he did. He took 7 catches in the finish, and you know, we were really thrilled with him. We know he's going to be a good player. We don't know what time it's going to be, but when he does, but he's coming forward all the time, and he's a fine young man, and he's got over enormous hurdles in terms of a full knee reconstruction, and you know, he's really coming to the fore when we need him most.
Dennis, that could work in your favour, actually, having Capuano playing most of the game today, leaving McKernan on the bench so that get him a bit of a run, and also from a confidence point of view in a big final.
Well, we'd like to give Matty a run. We would have loved to give Corey a run also. It's been a long year, but I would have liked to give Corey probably another 40 minutes of football, and I'm sure he would have been right.
Dennis, Stuart Anderson, was he close this week, or was it always going to be one more?
No, he's very close, but you know, at the end of the day, and you know, there's an old cliche, you know, when they reckon they're right with hamstring, give them another week, and we were determined to go on with 21 fit players. We did that, and well, Stuart will give himself every chance this week.
Can I ask you about Carey's performance today? I know he's standing right alongside of you. I mean, it was just so dominating, like Hurd last week, but it was one of his great games, we feel.
Yeah, Wayne's been enormous when the pressure's been at its greatest. He's a wonderful leader for our club. I know he doesn't like me talking like this, but just the way he's gone about his football, he's been a perfect role model and a real professional in everything that he does, and it really frustrates me when I hear people say things about Wayne, because I know how important he is to the North Melbourne Football Club. I see what he does to little kids. I see what he does to retarded or restricted young kids, and the way they flock to him, and the way he looks after them, and I think he's got some special qualities, and everyone at North Melbourne's thrilled that he's our captain.
Dennis, how do you spread the responsibility, or if you do, around the club? Like, a lot of pressure just on Wayne's shoulders. What about the other guys, such as Mickey Martin and even Longmire and these types?
Well, we've got a real good core batch of leaders, and it's probably one of the reasons why we've made it to the grand final. You look at your Darren Crockers, you look at your John Longmire's done a superb job, even though he hasn't been playing. Anthony Rock, Wayne Swass, your Ian Fairleys, your Dean Laidleys, your Michael Martins, your John Blake. There's a lot of experienced, level-headed players, and it certainly makes the coach's job so much easier with that sort of role model that they play when it matters most.
How do you see tonight, Dennis? Two questions, I guess. I mean, do you sit back and watch it as a match committee together, or do you watch this game on your own? And I'd love you to give us a tip.
Well, look, I had everything planned. A bloke outside waiting for a car. I was going to go and catch the plane if we won, and I just feel that drained and that rattled. I wouldn't have been any good rushing up there like a madman. So I've decided to spend it with the players and go home and watch it. We've got people up in Sydney looking at the game, and they'll certainly give me a report and give me a ring. And the most important thing we can do is focus on the areas that we rate important and make sure that we get those right, because it's not what the opposition are going to do, it's what North Melbourne's going to do that's most important to us.
Well, I won't press the tip. I think it would be probably a bit hard for you. Are you prepared to tell us one?
Oh, look, I haven't even thought one little thing about it, Bruce.
Fair enough. Wayne, well done too. Congratulations. Good on you, Dennis.
Well done.
Thanks, Wayne.
Good long interview there from the dressing room, and after a short break we'll be back with Scott Palmer with all the news.
Well, that's the thing about, that's what I like about, yeah, that's the thing about football.
Next on 7, the cameras are ready, the commentators are ready, the players are ready. This is the big one. Live from the SCG, the Swans and Shitties Bombers.
Following a burglary in Paran, an RACV insurance assessor arranged for the stolen items to be replaced with new ones under the house and contents policy. However, an antique wall phone was also stolen. So he decided to shop around for a replacement. He eventually found what he was looking for. In this case, a 60-year-old replacement was better than new for old. And just another way, at RACV Insurance, we treat you like a member, not a number.
Recently, Australia's motoring journalists have been enthusiastic in their praise for the new Magna, with comments like, "It's a beautifully refined car." Magna's engines are the most contemporary sixes manufactured in Australia, and Magna's ride quality is outstanding. One even proclaimed Magna as the best-built car created in Australia. Please consider the new Mitsubishi Magna.
I'm looking at the grand final medal this year.
Well, actually, I'm going to get the John Coleman, Brownlow, Norm Smith and the grand final medal.
Collect all 4 AFL centenary medals. They're $1 each with any burger or muffin purchase at McDonald's.
So, this road hazard warranty bow. The customer pays a few dollars more per tyre and then is covered for up to 4 years for any damage like non-repairable punctures, curb damage, accidental cuts and impact fractures, which is the sort of insurance you could have used in your skiing trip, Bo.
Bo's Road Hazard Warranty. Call 132381 for your nearest Bo Repairs store.
Take it on.
Love me tender, love me true, all my dreams fulfill.
Oi! We've been waiting for you. Our beast here needs a jump start. You reckon your machine's up to it?
A powerful Vienna V6.
Ready when you are.
Give everything else on the road the big V.
He gave us the big V.
The big V.
Oh, what a feeling! Huh?
Next week, the fuel substitution scam.
What's it done to your truck having
Completely ruined my truck.
Exposing the tricks some service stations get up to.
90% kerosene.
Tricks that could cost you dearly.
These tests don't lie.
Plus, they promised him a full head of hair.
Can't go out in public like this.
5,000.
into the middle of the ground to take this ruck.